Okay, in lesson 9 we're going to be going over advanced compositing. In this particular unit we'll work with smart filters. We're going to show you how to use the liquefy filter to distort an image, apply color effects to areas of images, apply filters to create various effects, and also upscale low resolution image for higher resolution. And as you can see, here is our final product here, and this is what we are going to be creating in this particular unit today. So anyways, basically what we're kind of doing is putting together various graphics or objects to create a poster. And what we're going to do is we're going to have you go ahead. Now this is the end product. This is what it's going to be looking like. I want you also to have your backdrop uploaded and the monster makeup as well. And then there is the faces that you'll be also uploading. And all of this can be found in your D2L. And what I've done was I put the monster makeup all in one file for you. In the book they showed you how to access this from Bridge and show you how to put multiple files into Bridge. We could show you that again. I was just making it easier here for you, but what basically I did was I opened up the file of the monster makeup, and then I clicked on the first file, held down my shift key, selected the last file, and then we went up to Tools, Photoshop, and load files into Photoshop layers. And so what this did for me was it actually created one document with the multiple layers for our monster makeup. And so anyways, as you can see, we have all the layers here. And you're going to go ahead and arrange these layers, and we are going to create our own Frankenstein. So as you can see, this file contains 8 layers, and they've been imported in alphabetical order. And again, you know, we certainly have to do some work here, so we are going to go ahead and in the layers panel we're going to drag the monster hair up to the top. Okay, so I'm going to take this layer and drag it up to the top. Okay, and then I'm going to drag the Franken layer down to the bottom. Okay, and that's the guy here. It's called layer 1 actually. So we're going to take him and we're going to bring him down to the bottom of the layer panel. And then in the layer panel, I'm going to shift every layer except the Franken layer, and then I'm going to go Edit Free Transform. And I'm going to press the Shift key when I get in here to resize my layers, because as you can see, that's basically what we're going to be using to work with this face. And I'm going to go ahead and resize it so that it fits fairly well over my image here. And once I do that, I can do several things here. I can go to my options panel and transform it by clicking this arrow. I can also double click it and it will make the transformation right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in to see the head a little bit more clearly. And then I'm going to hide all layers except for the green skin texture and the Franken layer. Okay, so now we have just the head showing here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Move tool, which is also the V key, and I'm going to bring it down onto my subject area. And again, I'm going to choose Command T, which is free transform. And what I'm going to do is I want to adjust the bottom and the top handles and get this all into position so that I feel that I can hold down the shift, but that I've got the eyes covered, the mouth is covered. You might want to do just a little bit width, but you know, you're going to kind of determine what looks best for this particular transformation. And then again, go ahead and click transform. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be working with are smart filters. And unlike regular filters, which will permanently change an image, smart filters are non-destructive. They can be adjusted and they can also be turned on and off again. And they can be deleted. But you can only apply a smart filter to a smart object. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to use the liquefy filter to tighten the eye openings and change the shape of the monster's face. And you want to be able to adjust the filter settings later. So we are going to use the liquefy filter as a smart filter. So what we have to do is we have to change the green skin texture to a smart object. And to do this, we need to make sure that layer is selected. And then I'm going to go to the layers, and I can go to layer panel here, and I can convert it right to a smart object. I can also do it up in the menu up here as well. But so we're just going to convert to a smart object, okay? And then we're going to go choose filter and liquefy. Because I am working in Photoshop 6 right now, I can't do this function. And so I'm just going to basically go back to my layer. And we'll be doing this in class, so you can follow along in class with the smart filter. But we're just going to go ahead and just leave it as regular. And we're going to go up to the liquefy panel here. And with the liquefy panel, we are going to select an advanced mode to see additional options. So, oops, just a second here. Okay, and so what we're going to be doing in this liquefy area is we're going to show the backdrop here so we can get an idea of more what we're doing. And then we're going to use the zoom tool and zoom in so we can see what we're working with the face. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the forward warp tool, which is this first tool right here. Okay, and basically what this tool does is it pushes pixels forward as you drag. And so in the tool options area, we're going to select the brush size and we're going to make it 150. And we're going to do the brush, make the brush pressure, lower that down to 75. And with the warp tool, we're going to pull the right eyebrow close to the eye, okay? And you can see how then we're going to pull up from the eye, and so we're just going to bring it down. We're going to bring it up. And you can see how this is working for the area. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one here and bring it up. And you can see how I can move from side to side and about how I can make this look pretty neat. And got the eye in there. And it's kind of hard to see the whole thing. And then once we get it warped, we're going to hit OK. And you can see how we've kind of moved it all the way around in his eye area. And then we're going to look at positioning the other layers. So now that we got the skin texture in place, I'm going to move the other layers into position, working from the lowest layers in the panel. So I'm going to make the green nose layer. visible. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go edit free transform, and of course I'm going to, whoops, Command Z, undo. I want to be on the green nose, and so you can see how this comes over to that area. And we're going to do, again, Command T, which is edit free transform, and you're going to go ahead and position the nose until you feel you have it lined up the way you want it to. And when you feel that it's correct, you can go ahead and double click. The next one is we're going to make the green air staples visible. And nope, the green neck stitch is visible. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to, again, this goes down on the neck, okay? And again, using your Command T, you're going to adjust the stitches so they appear on your neck the way you want them to. And then when you're happy with the result, you can double click. The next one we're going to is the green ear staples. Okay, and we're going to move the staples over his right ear. So we'll take this and okay, looks pretty good. And you can just hit enter return. And then we're going to make the green forehead visible. Again, bringing that up. And again, Command T and adjusting it so that it fits within the context of what you're doing here, and then double click when you feel you have it. And remember, you can use your up and down and side arrows as well to work on this project and get it the way you want to. And then we're going to make the bolts layer visible. Okay, and again we're going to go Command, make sure you're on the bolts though, so be on the bolts, go Command T, and then you're going to bring them down and set them up to the area where you feel that the bolts can be, and then of course bring them in to your subject. And when you feel you have that transformation correct, go ahead and click on Commit. And then finally, the hair. Bring the hair up. And again, if you need to, go Command T and playing with the hair. And once you have that committed, and then go ahead and save your work. And just save this as Chapter 9 project. And of course, this will be the beginning of our poster here that we're going to be working with. And so we'll go to the next part here. I'm just going to close this part out right now, and we'll be moving on to the next section.